All right, here we are on a beautiful Prescott, Arizona day. Very fun one here. They build a lot of these cars, but you aren't going to find many with a story like this or survivors like this. It's a 1944 Deluxe two-door sedan. A lot of known history on this, a lot of fun items. We get around and share the key tag with you and that type of thing as we walk around here. 17,000 actual miles. It's been owned by this current gentleman in Prescott, Arizona for about 6 years. His neighbor down the street is the one who retrieved it out of the original owner's garage in Georgia, and he owned it 12 years. We've walked around, we've studied the paint, all the powertrain, had it up on the lift here for you. Other than maintenance items, it remains fairly stock. "18 years ago here, and when it finally came to Arizona, it still had the plastic on the seats, so the upholstery inside is original. Running boards are all original. Tires on it are very aged. White walls. The spare itself, wait till we get to the trunk portion of the video. It actually, the spare in the trunk is petrified to the wheel. That's how long it was in storage. Runs and drives wonderfully, starts right up cold. We'll have a cold start here for you. Let you look at the paint here, that type of thing. We've studied every door jamb on this and looked for paint lines, that type of thing. Appears to be all original paint. I would say about 98%. We're going to walk around and talk about the spots that we know of, and I was able to observe. All the grille and bright work on this car is original to this car. The headlight surrounds. Beautiful rust-free body, wonderful floor pans. Really hard to get 44 panel fit like this straight from the factory. You aren't going to get much better than this, that's for sure. Guys will tell you how tough they are to get them done. This particular owner, as soon as he received it about 6 years ago, he ordered date-coated glass because there was some separation and the rubber needed to be replaced on the front windshield here. So both front pieces of glass have been replaced with correct date codes, Ford logo, that type of thing. Side window glass is all original, very nice. Minor separation here, what you would expect, or better than you would expect. Again, on this side, all original running boards. It is known that there was some battery acid stain here at one time, and a small portion of this fender was refinished. I cannot tell there. There's a little touch up here at the door edge. It has nicks and things like, door ding, garage door ding, that type of thing, but it has great character. We'll get you inside. One of the things that's really cool is when you shut doors, one of the first things I walk up and touch a car like this, but I just push that door shut. Beautiful fit of all the doors and panels because it's never been modified. All original Deluxe dash. Sun visor hit up there, which would have been correct for a Deluxe. Deluxe heater. Comes with a complete factory reproduction wiring harness if you want to install it, but it's pretty much box stock, cloth style. So this upholstery, it still had the cover on it, and they just took the covers off it. Neat little story on that. I'll get more at Spud's Garage. It was owned by a lady up until her about 94, till they told her she couldn't drive anymore. Key tag over there, we'll point out in a minute, has her address and everything on it. And then it was parked and put away in Georgia. Again, door shut just like that. Original Deluxe wheel trim, wheels, the original spares in the trunk, and there's an extra spare if you wanted to leave the original petrified tire on it as a display. Has an Arizona 40 plate added to it since it's come here. Again, all trim, that type of thing. Story goes, We're going to do some more interview time with the gentleman that owned it here in Arizona. He owned it for 12 years. He is the one that retrieved it with a good friend out of Georgia. They actually had to. It had been in the garage for so many years that a tree had grown, or several trees, and they had to cut them down to get this car out of the garage. See a fuel stain here. On a quick study looking at the car, you can look at it. I believe this lower fender up to this line right here, you can see the difference in color. It's had a little bit of a blend fixie there. Of course, a couple little garage dings, getting in and out of the garage, that type of thing, or timeless. Wonderful original. You wouldn't want to change anything. Comes with a new set of weather strip. It has all factory weather strip on it. All cracked and aged. Again, character. Nice little breeze picking up here early in the morning in Prescott. See the weather strip here. There's a window. There's a oil service sticker. This was either done just before it was stored or after it was stored, but in 1960, in June of 60, it had 16,001 miles on it. We'll have a picture of that at Spud's Garage. The Arizona title states it is actual miles. It is an actual mile car, so it's sold with actual miles. Beautiful briarwood brown upper dash there, the typical two-tone, 17,862 miles. Here's the key we wanted to share with you. Oops, a little key tag on it. Was owned by, these are original keys, by the way. I think it has a plate number on the back side here, but we're going to share this with you. By Edith Margan on Buckhand Drive in Atlanta, Georgia. We're actually going to fire it up here for you. Look at the original trim. You'll see the character around the window garnish moldings, obviously from time and age. We'll have a section of the video up on the lift. The cold starts we mentioned. Everything works great. Unlock the steering wheel there. You can hear the electric fuel pump kick on that he's added to it. Deluxe emblem on the steering wheel. Make sure it's in neutral, and by the way, the emergency brake still works. Juice brakes works fine. Fuel gauge is working. Temp gauge here. Oil pressure's good. You can barely hear it run. I'll get the gentleman to open up his gate here. I'll putz around the neighborhood for you. All right, I'm gonna take it down the street here for you. Down in first gear, 3 on the column. Second gear, a little hard to do with one hand holding the camera. Third gear, beautiful. Simply amazing. All original other than maintenance items. It starts right up, purrs like a kitten. 221 cubic inch flathead V8 underneath the hood, original to the car. Nothing's been apart on this car other than routine maintenance stuff like upper and lower hoses were done, carburetor overhauled, fuel pump replaced, and a new fuel tank in the rear. Factory 3 on the tree, 3-speed, manual transmission. As mentioned, we'll do a cold start here for you. Starts right up, just purrs like a little kitten. Included with it is a complete factory reproduction wiring harness if you wanted to put it in, but there are no issues with it right now. That relay over there is what was added to add an electric fuel pump helper to it. Up front here, you'll see it has the original radiator up here with the center hole. If you needed to give her a little crank start. They are battery powered, so it's probably not common use. Factory exhaust manifolds, engine mounts, distributor, oil bath air filter, factory torque tube style rear differential on it. Get you up close to the patent tag on the firewall's original there. Too much fun. All right, we're going to do a semi-warm start. We'll have a cold start for you here just after this. Okay, we're going to do a cold start here for you in the shop. Like we promised during the walk around, my hand's down here on the pipe. He's going to turn on the electric fuel pump to help it out just a little bit. Go ahead. You can hear it. Yep. Absolute cold start. Not a puff. Backing it out after the cold start. All right, we'll get you in the trunk here. Rock solid like the rest of the car. There's an original tag hanging from the back here. The original spare, we'll have a little video of that in just a second, is included with it. Actually got a petrified tire on it. This is a spare that'll work for you. Underneath here, we take you down in the tool well. It's rock solid. We'll cover that for you here. No water has ever been in there. Factory, has a factory jack and the lug wrench here. It also has the original burlap bag for the jack. This is the original spare that had been in the trunk all those years storage-wise, and it's actually petrified. These are items that are included with it. All the wiring is fine in it, but if you want to renew it with the original wiring, reproduction wiring, there's a complete kit there. It has all new weather strips and nose bags there. Has a new original style fuel pump and of course the wiper arms right there. Well, like we talked about during the walk around, I've studied this car top to bottom. I'm actually doing this video before I do the walk around, but it gives me a good sense and feel. Beautiful, unmolested, rust-free 40 Ford with known Southern history, Georgia. Get up underneath here. There's only a few changes from original on it, or repairs is probably how these should be more described. Has a factory rear differential in it with the gator wraps on the leaf spring in the back here. Those floor pans are absolutely original on this. As mentioned just a moment ago, I studied it. I've taken photos up in the corners. We'll have all that at Spud's Garage for you. The exhaust has been renewed. It has a new muffler and tailpipe on it and header pipe up front here. He has installed a electric fuel pump to assist when you start it cold, fill the carburetor, basically. That's what that red wire is along the frame rail there. Juice brakes have all new brake hoses on them. The brakes are fully functional. Bottom of the 3-speed transmission here. 221 cubic inch flathead V8. 17,000 actual miles is pretty obvious. Get you up here, you'll see it has new brake hoses and it appears to have new wheel cylinders in it here. Still has the original radiator in it. Bottom side of the fenders here. Truly little old lady owned. We've already covered that with you on the key tag of the car during the walk around. Front suspension, you'll see the heck, the chin has even one little tiny baby bump on it, but better than some I've seen that were built. But street rods are usually a little bit lower. The body, I've studied that like we talked about during the walk around. The tires are old, original size Firestone white wall tube type tires. Deluxe wheel trim, which is what exactly should be on the car. These are original running boards. Look at the body there. That's original paint. Deluxe trim stripe on the wheel. So exhaust has been done. It's had electric fuel pump added. You've already seen underneath the hood. And thanks for coming to Spud's Garage. You're at the end of the video. Have a great day.